Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all participants. Now we are in second section on this today lesson. In this section, we will do case study or discussion about spatial resolution measurement. And before we start our section, if you haven't filled the absence, please fill the absence on the chat box below. Okay, now we will start our lesson, and for Dr. Anam, place and time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we will start our course today, and we will try together to measure spatial resolution using IndoQCT. And I will share my screen first. Okay. Okay. Please also open your IndoQCT, and we try together as usual. And now we will open the our image, and for the first we will try using computational phantom. And now we will open the computational phantom, and we choose the point phantom, and we can using the blurring. This is actually using the Gaussian distribution, and then we apply the what's called as the the process is the convolution between the Gaussian distribution and our image. And the standard deviation of our Gaussian is considered as the standard blurring. In this example, we can use 1 pixel values, we can use 2 and so on. In this example, I will use 1 like this. And if we open, we will get the point phantom with blurring at 1 pixel. The result is like this one. Okay, this is for measuring the MTF. Yeah, I forget. The first one, we will open the visual observation first. Okay, and now we will open the image of the OCR phantom. And this is the image for observation of the spatial resolution, and this is represented using soft tissue window. And if we want to see more clearly the object, we should exchange the window setting. And by using for measuring the spatial resolution, we choose this tab, the tab number 4, this one. And this one is the option visual resolution, point MTF, H MTF, and also TTF. In this example, we will try using the visual resolution. And first, for getting the what's so called the Windows setting good for this image, we can set the Windows maybe bone, lung, liver, brain, and so on. But for this image, we can use the suggested window. maybe this is preferable using suggested window. Based on the paper, for the SCR Phantom, the suggested window will be window level is 100 and window width is about 1,100 like this. This is our result. Our result of the line pair phantoms. And how to measure is by using observation. By using observation, and we count the number of images can be separated visually. This one is number 1. Of course, this object can be separated. This is number 2. We can also separate this object. This one is number 3. We can also separate this object. This one is number 4. We can also separate this object. And this one is number 5. Number 5, maybe one of us cannot separate this object, and maybe we can also separate this object. So for this example, maybe we choose this one is the limiting frequency, number 4. Okay, and by using this in the QCT, we can use the manual, and then we choose the object can be separated. We already chosen number 4, so we click number 4. Number 4, I click this object, number 4, and then I calculate. And we get the size of line is 0.71, and the length pair per millimeter will be 0.7. Okay, as I already mentioned, based on the, for example, the Pepperton standard, or maybe we can use the RCR standard. The RCR or Pepperton, the standard will be 0.5 line pair per millimeter. So our result is pass, okay, like this. This is by using the visual observation. Because using the visual observation, the result may be different from one person to another. It means that our measurement is subjective. Okay, this is the example measuring the low contrast, the spatial resolution by using a visual observation on the RCR Phantom. Okay, can see. And now we will try another, and we can see here that the object number 4 can be clearly separated. And in this example, I will add a blurring by using the IndoQCT, because IndoQCT is not only for the clinical application, but also for the educational application. By using the IndoQCT, we can also add the blurring by using this button. This button is to add the blur. The process is by convolution between the Gaussian distribution and our image. And we click here. The blur type is Gaussian, and we can change this value. Maybe I will, in this example, I will okay, I repeat again. The Gaussian, and the sigma space, it means that the sigma of the Gaussian distribution. In this example, 1, it means 1 pixel. Okay, kernel is the size of the kernel to be convoluted, and this option only single slice or many slices. Okay, In this example, I will choose the sigma space is 1 pixel, and kernel will be 5, and I only process on one slice. Okay, and I will click, and please look at the image carefully. If I clicking the OK button, okay, if I click this button, okay, the image is blurred, okay, like this. And we can also repeat the blurring process, maybe, and I repeat again, the blur will be increased like this, okay. And now we only see this variable object is number 2 here, number 2, after adding the blurring. Okay, if number 2, I click number 2, the result will be 0.5, and of course still pass because the standard is 0.5 here. And we can also add the blurring. For example, we add the blurring again, so the image will be blurred again like this. Okay, this is the example of the image with various spatial resolution like this. This is the manual calculation of the image with the manual observation. Okay, and because we are process this image, and then I will open again this example, the OCR Phantom, back to the original image like this. And now I will measure automatically, and I have not already discussed this technique for automatic measurement. It actually, this process is by using the standard deviation map, but maybe I will talk on this topic maybe the next week, inshallah. Yeah. Okay, and in this example, I will calculate automatic measurement. I click this button, calculate, and this is the result to measure the deviation standard map. Okay, this is still in the process, and this is our result. Our result like this. This is the standard deviation map, and then we measure the values of the standard deviation map within its object, and we use the certain criteria to determine the standard, and we get these values. Automatically, the object number can be seen is number 4, corresponding to the set of line. The size of line is 0.71, corresponding to the line pair per millimeter 0.5. I think it is similar with our observation. Okay, this is the technique for measuring the spatial resolution automatically on the line pair object with the OCR Phantom. Okay, and now we will move to another Phantom. Maybe I will try to measure using AAPM Phantom. Okay, it's not seen because we use the custom window specific for the OCR Phantom. For the AAPM Phantom, we can use this one, the windows, or using suggested window. By clicking the suggested window, this is come back to the in this example, the soft tissue. And we move to another slice. This is the object for measuring the spatial resolution. And now for the first, we will using the visual observation. This is the object of the whole pair, like this. And for maybe for easy to read this object, we will use the zoom in. I will zoom in this object. Okay, after this, maybe we can use not soft tissue. Maybe we can use another maybe Boon windows. Maybe the object is more spirited by using the Boon window. But actually, the APM manual didn't give any recommendation on the window setting to see more optimum for the APM Phantom. And this is I only use the Boon window. And then we can see the object can be spirited. This is number 1. Number 2 can be spirited. Number 3 can be spirited. Number 4 can be spirited. Maybe number 5. I'm not sure if it can be spirited or not. So I consider that the limit of spiration is number 4. This is visual observation. Okay, and after we get number 4, and then we choose the object number 4 here, object number 4, and I click number 4, and then I calculate, and we get the result like this. The diameter of hole is 1 millimeter, and the hole per millimeter is 0.5. Of course, this values is also pass. This is in the limit of the standard like this. Okay, this is the visual observation on the APM Phantom. And now we will try again with another Phantom. In this example, I will try using cat fan Phantom. For the cat fan Phantom, and this is the object for measuring the spatial resolution on the cat fan Phantom, and we choose the suggested window. Okay, maybe this is the Boon. For the cat fan Phantom, the Boon is the suggested for more optimum representation of the object. Okay, and as before, we can use the zoom in to see the object bigger. Okay, like this. And then we also count manually. Okay, this is number 1. Number 1 with the very large object. Number 2 can be spirited. Number 3 can be spirited. Number 4 can be spirited. Number 5 can be spirited. Number 6 also can be spirited. Number 7, this is maybe different observation among us. In my opinion, this object is still spirited, can be spirited. Maybe this is the limit, and this one is cannot be spirited anymore, I think. Okay, so this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So for this image, the object number 7 is the last object can be spirited, can be visually seen the object within the set of the line pair Phantom. Then again number 7, and then I calculate number 7. Number 7, and then I click the button, calculate button, and the result like this. The size of line is 0.71, and the line pair is 0.7. Of course, this value is pass because more than 0.5. Okay, like this. This is the manual observation on the cat phantom. And maybe we can choose another phantom. The GE phantom, I think, is not available. Okay, the Canon also not available. Siemens, I think, is not available. The Philip in the Philip phantom, there is line pair phantom. This is Philip. This image for Philip. This one. I will using a suggested window like this. For the Philip, the suggested window for measuring the MTF will be a soft tissue, and as usual, I use the zoom in to see the object bigger, like this. Okay, and then we count manually. The object can be spirited or not. Number 1, of course, can be spirited. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Can you spirit it, the object number 7? Okay, maybe number 6. Yeah. Maybe number 6. Okay, and then we choose the object number 6. Number 6, and then I choose pressing the calculate button, and the result like this. The diameter of hole is 1.25, and hole per millimeter is 0.4. Of course, this is less than 0.5, so the result is failed, like this. This is for the why? Because I think this image is the field of view is very small, using high field of view. I think we can see the field of view of this one. We can see here the field of view is more than 300 if, but I'm not sure. If the field of view is decreased, maybe 200, maybe the spatial resolution will be more than 0.5. Maybe, but we are not sure, because we can only set after we getting the image like that. This is the manual observation using the Philip phantom, like this. And maybe I think Hitachi. No. Yeah. I think only Philip give us the object like this for measuring the spatial resolution by using a visual observation, like this. Okay. Before we move to the MTF, maybe a question from you. Any question?
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Please, Mr. Arthur.
How are you, Doctor?
Alhamdulillah.
Now I have three images for Siemens Phantom. Now what's work correctly? One with can I share screen?
Okay, please. Yeah. Wait a minute. I will close my my screen. Okay. Okay, please share your screen.
Here the image. Unfortunately, Siemens, when I send the image to USB from Siemens scanner, see here, all the image come in one file, not separated. And here I can see the reconstruction algorithm. For example, Sapphire 1, S1, S5, IBHC. It's not available. Here I have 3 images. See, using different reconstruction algorithm, but I can't see the name of the reconstruction algorithm here. May here view DICOM data will show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. If you want to see the DICOM data, click the button A. Button A. Number 6. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
We can see here the name and the Alamat Radiology Siemens Somatom Go Now. Chip current like that. Okay. Yeah, you are using the chip current
Yes.
modulation.
Here the filter.
Yeah.
There is
Right.
another name for the sequence.
Yeah.
Then the reconstruction algorithm.
Yeah.
For example, Sapphire or iterative beam hardening correction.
Yeah.
Here it's unavailable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I want to perform the study, how I will know the reconstruction algorithm?
To know the reconstruction algorithm, you can also click the adjacent button. The button number 6.
Yeah.
Number 6. No. Number 6. Beside A. Beside A button. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And then you can see the algorithm.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Dia tanya apa tuh? Algoritma yang dipakai apa RVP atau apa? Ya. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Please close your screen.
If you want, I will send it to you.
Okay. And maybe you can also try. And now, please you by using your screen, I will guide you. And now we will measure the MTF, edge modulation transfer function, because in your image there is no point object, so we can also measure the resolution using edge MTF. And now please tap the edge MTF. Number 3, the tab number 3.
Here.
Number 3. Beside number 3. No. The tab number 4. Tab number 4.
Here.
Yeah, right. Click. Please click that button. That click. Okay. And then edge.
Visual.
Number 3. Point
Yeah,
MTF. No. Number 3 for sub tab. Yeah. Edge MTF. Okay. There is the sub MTF, automatic, and also the method automatic, arrow type, square, width 20 pixel, the height 20 pixel, the option tail replacement, the slice, single slice. Okay. If everything is okay, then click the calculate.
This is the result.
Please share your whole screen. Your whole screen.
My blue screen.
Yeah, not only in the QCT, because we cannot see the result. Okay, maybe you can close your screen and then you
No.
share Windows. Yeah, whole screen.
Well, here,
Okay, you please the first close your screen. Close or leave apa? Stop share screen.
stop. I will send the image to you, and you will continue with us.
Okay,
That's
okay,
better.
okay. It's no problem. Okay, now we use our image. Yeah, very technical. Yeah. Okay, I will share my screen now. Okay, and now we will try to measure the MTF maybe on the APM Phantom using the APM Phantom using this one. Open sample and I open the APM Phantom. Okay, if we confuse what is the slice to be used, you can click this one. So example, this one. This one is for measuring the spatial resolution. And now we move to that this Phantom, and now we will measure using point Phantom. This is a point Phantom, and we can use the method automatic or manual, and we can using the Roy size with different size maybe, and we can use the sum direction in y-axis and the x-axis. If the position like this, in this position like this, and we choose the z-axis, the sum direction is z-axis, so we will see the see what the name is, not sensitive profile, but azimuthal spatial resolution. But if we choose the x-axis, some direction in the x-axis, then we will see the radial spatial resolution. Okay. In this example, we will use the x-axis and we use the automatic. So our software, in the Q software, will find the location of the point, and then they the ROI located here, and then they measure the PSF and then the MTF. Okay, I will clicking this button, the calculate, and this is the result. This is the result. The result. This is the this one. This one is the our ROI automatically located here by the in the QCT, and after that the based on this ROI, and then the image is cropped, so we get the like this, and then the image is averaged along the x-axis, and then we get the LSF, this one, and normalize also. This is the line spread function along the y-axis, and by using the Fourier transformation, we get this MTF, this one, and we can see here the MTF 50%, and also the MTF 10% or 0.1, and we can see here that the spatial resolution will be about 0.6 and slight values. The exact values in this position, the exact values in this one, 0.68, this. And of course, our result is bigger than the standard because the standard is 0.5. So our conclusion is passed. And if we see the Nyquist frequency, the Nyquist frequency is 0.98. So our result is lower than the Nyquist frequency. So our result is okay because our result is the lower than the Nyquist frequency. Okay, this is the example on how measure the MTF using point in the APM Phantom. Okay, like that. And now maybe I will try using another Phantom. I will use the OCR Phantom. OCR Phantom. The OCR Phantom for measuring the point MTF using this image. This is actually there are two images. For automatic measurement, we can only using this point. But if we measure this point, we can use the manual ROI. Okay. I will try for the first using automatic measurement, and then I only pressing this button, this calculate button, and then we get these values. Okay, we see the ROI first. This one, this software is automatically find the point object, and then the object is cut like this. And after that, we measure the SF like this. And after that, we get the MTF. Yeah, because in this image, there are so many noise. And our MTF also noisy here. And we get the 10% MTF, 0.1 MTF. The values almost 0.8. More than 0.7. The exact values is this one, 0.75. Yeah, these values is greater than 0.5. So the conclusion is passed. And we can see also the Nyquist frequency is 1.2, far greater than 0.7. So by using this image, our measurement is relatively accurate like this. Yeah, because the field of view is relatively small, only about 200 millimeters. This is the measurement on the OCR Phantom. And now we will move to the second, to the third image using CAD-FAN Phantom. We can click the CAD-FAN Phantom. This is CAD-FAN Phantom. And the slice used for the measuring spatial resolution is this one. This is an object here. This is for visual observation. And this one is for measuring the point MTF like this. And we can use the manual. Maybe if you use manual, there is a button for making ROI by clicking this one, and then we can move in this location. This is the manual. Also, we can use the automatic. So if we use the automatic, the software will find automatically the location after we locate the ROI here, and then I calculate again. And now we get the result like this. Okay, this is our segmentation, our ROI in the point image, and this one is the cropping image of the ROI, and this one is the LSF, we can see here the LSF is also have the fluctuation, yeah, and this one is the MTF, and the MTF 10% is about 0.6, almost 0.6. The exact values is this one, 0.59. And of course, this values is more than 0.5. So the conclusion is pass like this. Okay. If we have many slices with the point phantom, of course, we can use the measurement using many slices. That measurement can only be measured on the automatic method. This one, slice. Maybe we can use multi-slice. Maybe we have the images containing the point, maybe from the image number 1, for example, up to slice number 10. But we should make sure that the slice number 1 to slice number 10 containing the point object like this. Okay, this is a measurement, the point MTF measurement using IndoQCT. Okay, and maybe I will using one example again by using maybe GE Phantom, not available, Siemens, by using Siemens Phantom. This is the Siemens Phantom. The Siemens Phantom has many modules, and at the ends of the module is module for measuring the spatial resolution. The image is like this, like this. This point is for measuring the point MTF. Okay, and by using this IndoQCT, because in this example we only have one slice, so we choose the single slice. Okay, and after this we press the calculate button, and we get the automatic measurement on the point MTF. Okay, I track this one first, this one, and this one is our segmentation. We can see here then our segmentation is accurate, and then this one is the cropping image in the within the ROI, and this one is the LSF, line spread function, and this one is our MTF, modulation transfer function. And we can see here that the MTF is for the MTF 0.1 is a slightly greater than 0.6, 0.63, and based on this result, the MTF 10 is pass also like this. Okay. Do you have any question? Okay, Mr. Hamzah, thank you very much for sending the images to me. Okay, is there any question? For measuring the point phantom? Mr. Fajar, maybe, do you have any question?
Not yet, sir.
Okay. Mr. Adiwasono? Okay. Maybe Miss Mariam? Any question? Okay. Miss Abela,
No question, sir. Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Mustafa, any question?
No question, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Mr. Abdul Qadir, is there any question?
Thank you, sir. No questions.
Okay, thank you. If no, we can move to the another example. And now I will make a measurement using HMTF. HMTF. And actually, we can measure the MTF, HMTF, using any kind of phantom, including the CTDI phantom. Okay. In this example, I will use the CTDI phantom. This is the example of the CTDI head phantom. This is the example. This is not rotated. And we also use, in this example, also the CT head phantom rotated. This is rotated, yeah. So the hole in this location, not in this position. Okay. And by using this, by using this image, we can measure the HMTF like this. Yeah, because this image is rotated, so we can measure the MTF without tail replacement. Maybe the option is none. I think it's okay because the image is rotated. And now we will measure the MTF using the edge of this phantom. Okay, this is our result. This is our segmentation. We segment the border of the phantom, and then we decide the top location. And in this location, we draw the ROI. And then we measure the ESF, edge spread function, this one. And then after this, we calculate using the differentiation to get this one, the LSF, line spread function, this one. Okay, this one, the edge spread function. And I, after calculating the differentiation, we get the LSF. And by using the Fourier transformation, we get the MTF. And we can see here, our MTF, the 10% MTF will be more than 0.6. And we can see here, by using the MTF, the effect of the noise is lesser. It's less like that. Okay. So I think by using this method, we can measure the MTF maybe using the relatively small MA. But if we want to measure the MTF using point phantom, the MA should be greater to avoid the fluctuation because of noise. Okay. If we measure the MTF using very low MA, the image will be noisy. And of course, our MTF maybe also have the fluctuation. And it is not good for the result like this. Okay. And now we will try using, this is using none, option none. And how? If we use the tail replacement, I think it is no problem, of course. And also there is no need for using tail replacement. But if we still use the tail replacement, okay, we choose the tail replacement, and then we calculate. The result is almost similar. Okay. 0.65. Okay. And now we will try using the standard phantom in standard location, head CTDA phantom, like this. like this. Okay, if we use the none without tail replacement, I think there is a small fluctuation. Okay, we try together to calculate. This is the result. This is the result. This is our sorry. This is our segmentation because this hole is close with the acrylic material, so the inhomogeneity is only small. This, and this is our ESF. This is slight fluctuation because of the hole here, fluctuation. And by using this one is the, after using the differentiation, this is our LSF, and this one is our MTF. There is a small fluctuation here, and our result is relatively good, almost 0.6. Okay. And now we will try using tail replacement. Using tail replacement, okay, like this, and then I calculate again, and this is the result. We can see here, and this is our ESF before tail replacement, and this is our ESF after tail replacement. We can see here that we have the flat tail in the top like this, because we have already changed this tail using this one. Okay, so, and after this, we calculate the LSF like this, very good LSF, and then we get the MTF like this, very good. And the result also almost similar, almost 0.6 like this. So by using the tail replacement is very good for overcoming the homogeneity within the phantom. Okay, like this. And of course, there is another option, such as the homogenization, as I already mentioned before. Okay, we'll try together using the homogenization. If I choose this one, and then I calculate, this is our result. We can see here together like this, this one. Okay, I will I move this result first. Okay, this one is our result, and this one is, there is a hole here, and also hole, and hole, and by using homogenization, the hole is not longer exist here in the within the image like this. And of course, this is our ESF, very clear, without any noise here. And this one is our LSF, and this one is our MTF. And the MTF 10 MTF is almost 0.6 like this. And of course, we have only another method by mirroring. This is the another method by mirroring. It means that our ESF cut at the middle, and then we rotate, and then we combine again. This is the mirroring, by mirroring the ESF. We try together by using the mirroring. This is our result like this. Okay, I will see the result. This is our result. This one. So we cut in the middle, and then we use again this one, and then we rotate, and then we combine here. Actually, this one is this one. Okay, okay, just like that. This is the mirroring method. Okay, and by using this one, by using the mirroring, replacement, and so on, we can measure the MTF by using any phantom. Using any phantom. For example, we can measure the ABM by using this one. Can we measure the MTF? Of course, we can measure the MTF using this object, because we measure the object in the edge, not using the point. Okay, we will try together. This is our result. This is our result. Okay, this is our segmentation, and this is our ESF. This is the non-homogeneity because this is wall and water inside the phantom. Okay, and by using the tail replacement, we can replace this tail by this one, and we get the ESF like this. And by using the Fourier transformation, we get this MTF, and the values is about almost 0.7. Okay, I think the result is okay. Maybe someone will ask, by using point MTF and H MTF, is the result similar? The answer, of course, yes. Okay, we will try together. We will try together. We will try together using point phantom, and we use the point values maybe relatively high, maybe 3000, and the blurring and I use in this example, maybe I will use the very small FOV, maybe 100, and the blurring I use the 1 pixel, and I develop the computational phantom. The result like this. The result like this. This is our computational phantom. Okay, and then we will try to measure the spatial resolution using point and also using F. Okay, we can see together by using the point. Okay, we calculate. This is the result. The result will be 0.7, very high. It is accurate because the result is lower than Nyquist frequency. The Nyquist frequency is 2.5. Okay, I close this result, and then I will measure using HMTF. I will measure using HMTF. Okay, the point 1.7 and HMTF. We can see together. Oh, there's still a problem. Why problem? This is still a problem. Maybe we should. Okay, maybe we will use another. Maybe we can. Okay. Okay. This one. Okay. Point MTF. This is the 1.7. And if I add the blur, I will add the blur, this one, by using this one. And I add again 1 pixel, and then okay. We can see here that the image is added blurring here. And if we calculate again, This is a lower MTF. The MTF will be 1.25. And if we add again the blurring, please see this object. We add the blurring. Okay. Yeah, more blur exists here. And if we calculate again, the MTF now is 1.0. And if we add the blur again, we add again, for example, okay, and we calculate again, the MTF 10% is 0.9, and so on and so on. We can use try by yourself. And I wonder why the HMTF is not work. It doesn't work. Okay. Oh, yeah, it doesn't work. Maybe there is still. We will make a evaluation, and after we fix the problem, we will send the software to you again. Okay. Okay, and now we will, maybe we can try with another example. Maybe, yeah, this one is the example of the true image with the small field of view. This is only using 100 millimeter field of view. And if we measure the point MTF, the result like this, we can see here. This is our segmentation. This is our result. The result is still 0.7. And we can see here that the Nyquist frequency is very high. Why? Because we use very small field of view. And of course, if the Nyquist frequency is far higher than our MTF 10, it means that we very believe that this result is accurate, because very far from the Nyquist frequency like this. And I will try again. I wonder why our phantom can work properly. Okay, maybe using this phantom. This is the point MTF. Calculate. The result is 0.7. And by using HMTF, yeah, it is work. So we should. This is the result is relatively different. Okay. Okay. This is the point MTF and also HMTF. Okay. Is there any question from you? Yeah. Any question? Please try by yourself. And after that, if you have any problem, please send to us. Okay. Maybe we wait for minutes. And after that, we will move to the TTF, task transfer function. Okay, let's continue. And now we will try to measure the TTF, task transfer function. To measure the TTF, we should use the image for measuring city number linearity. Okay, for the APM, this object that should be used. For the OCR, the thing this using this image. For the cat fan, using this image. For Canon, using this image. It can be used for measuring the TTF. Okay, for the example, I will use the OCR phantom. This is the phantom, and this one is for measuring the TTF, task transfer function. Okay, and then I click this one, TTF, and there is automatic, and manual. We can use the manual. If we use the manual, we can set the number ROI. For example, we will measure the 4. There is 4 ROI, and maybe we only want to measure 1, so we choose 1 like this, and then we throw the ROI, and then we locate here, for example, and then maybe I will use zoom in, and then I should make our ROI correctly within the object, like this, for example. And after that, we measure the TTF. Actually, we use the edge function. Okay, and then I calculate, and this is the result. This is our result, like this. Okay. Sorry. This one is this one is our ROI for measuring TTF, and this one is our result, like this, for measuring the TTF. And we get the values is the 0.57, like this. Okay, we can also using the manual and also automatic. If we measure using the automatic, we will measure from the 4 object here. 4 object here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, and I will measure by using clicking this button. Okay, we wait a minute, and this is a result. And this is the detection of the location. The 4 material is accurately detected, and then we throw the ROIs within 4 objects, like this, and then we measure the MTF like this from for 4 objects. We can see here there is fluctuation for the polyethylene, because the contrast of polyethylene is relatively low. So if we want to have a stable result, we can use multiple slice. Okay, because in this image we use the FPP. Of course, the MTF will be similar from 4 objects. But if we reconstruct our image using IR, iterative reconstruction, the MTF for every object maybe will be different. Okay, and by using this IndoQCT, we can also get these values. For the bone, we get the C/R, contrast to noise ratio, and we get the TTF 10%. For the bone, for the polyethylene, for the air, for the acrylic, also we get the C/R and get the TTF. So this is the TTF. We not only report the result of the resolution, but we also report the C/R, the contrast, and also the noise of the object. This is for measuring the TTF like that. Okay, is there any question? Maybe I will see. Okay, from the Mr. Mustafa, is there any standard exposure parameter stated by regulatory bodies like AAPM that can be employed for all city systems in terms of quality measurement? Yeah, of course. I think for everybody, every regulatory agency, they state to measure the image quality, maybe using the KIFI like this, and maybe they state for the MA like this, and for the time revolution like this, and so on. But maybe in any cases, and the state regulatory, they don't state these values like this. Okay, so if you want to know, please write carefully the document. For example, document published by your country. Okay, because you should follow the document, because the document is mandatory for the equipment in this territorial. I think like this. And Mr. Hamzah, why TTF can be measured using all phantom? Yeah, because not all phantom using this kind of object. For example, if we want, if the semen, we can see here, this is the semen, this is the slice number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. So we can see here, there is no object with different material. So we cannot measure the TTF. But if the phantom contains the material from different object, we can measure the TTF. For example, using the Philips, this one, we can see here, Philips has different object. So we can measure the TTF from Philips. For example, again, Canon. Canon has the different material like this. So we can also measure TTF. And IndoQCT can automatically measure in this phantom. Okay, we will try together by clicking this calculate, and okay, this is our result. This is our region of interest in the Canon phantom, and this is our result. As we can see here, that there are so many fluctuations because the noise is relatively high in this phantom like this. So we only can measure the TTF if the various object exists within the phantom. If the various object not exist within the object, within the phantom, we cannot measure the TTF. Okay, for example, for the semen, we cannot measure. And then for in this example, for Newsoft, we also cannot measure the TTF because there is no no different material like this. Only one material. If only one material, we only measure one MTF. So the name is MTF, not TTF, like that. Okay. Adiwasono, is it any minimum passing criteria for TTF? Unfortunately, because this is a new metric, there are no standard anyway in the world. Yeah, maybe for Indonesia, I think if TTF should be measured, and this is stated by the, for example, Bapeten, I think it is very difficult to be implemented in the clinical hospital because they don't have software, they don't have maybe phantom. Okay. In Indonesia now, for measuring the spatial resolution, the Bapeten, the agency, only state using visual observation. And if any, please using point MTF. This is enough. Yeah, I think the TTF is very, I think is very new and maybe need more time to be implemented in the clinical setting, I think. Okay, okay, Mr. Adi. Any other question, Mr. Adi? Maybe you have interesting experience for measuring image quality. Maybe you can tell us here your experience. Okay, maybe another participant. Is there any question? Maybe Mr. Saga, Zuhir Saga. Is there any question? Or Miss Indah? I think you have many experiences. Can you share your experience here, Miss Indah? Okay. If no, please try by yourself. And as usual, if you have any problem, any limitation, you can share the info to us. Okay, please try by yourself.
Okay, for participant, if there is no question again, I think enough for today. We will continue our lesson tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow with new things, of course. And enough for me. Thank you and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Anand and Mr. Rifki.